When my daughter looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You're not invited to your own grandson's wedding," because everyone insisted, I thought I was having a nightmare. But no, this was real life. After everything I'd done for that family. I had raised her, loved her, sacrificed for her, and now I was being discarded like an old coat. But what they didn't know was that I had one final card to play. And I played it at the wedding, right in front of everyone. Hi, I'm Sarah. And what you're about to hear is not a fantasy or a drama show. It's my real, raw, painful story. A story about betrayal, pride, and a twist that no one saw coming. So please, watch this until the end. Because I promise you, what happened at that wedding will stay with you forever. I wasn't the perfect mother. No one is. But I did everything I could for my daughter, Emily. I was a single mom, working 2 jobs. I gave up vacations, hobbies, and even relationships, just so she could have a better life. I remember when she was 10, she broke her leg and I spent every single night at the hospital sleeping in that hard chair beside her bed. When she graduated college, I cried harder than she did. And when she had her son, my grandson, Tyler, I was there for every step, diaper changes, midnight feedings, babysitting, school runs, everything. So when Tyler got engaged at 26, I was over the moon. I helped him pick out the engagement ring. I was one of the first people he told. At least, that's what I thought. About 6 months before the wedding, things started to change. Tyler stopped calling as much. Emily started acting cold. Every time I mentioned the wedding, dates, venues, plans, she would change the subject. I tried brushing it off. Maybe they were just overwhelmed with planning. But the silence kept growing, and it was deafening. Then one day, I asked Emily directly, "Do you need any help with the wedding plans?" She sighed, looked away, then whispered, "Mom, you're not invited." I laughed at first, thinking it was a bad joke. But then she added the words that will haunt me forever. Everyone insisted. I froze. Everyone insisted? What do you mean? She didn't even look at me. Tyler, his fiancée, the wedding planner, even some of the family. They said it'd be too stressful with you there. Me? Stressful? I had never raised my voice at Tyler. I adored him. I had been at every birthday, every graduation, every celebration. And now, suddenly, I was the black sheep. I begged for clarity. Asked what I had done wrong. But Emily just kept saying, "It's better this way. Don't cause a scene." She walked out of my house and left me sitting on the couch in silence. The weeks leading up to the wedding were the loneliest of my life. I cried myself to sleep almost every night. The photos of Tyler as a baby were everywhere in my house, and each one felt like a stab in the heart. I even considered sending a gift anonymously, just to show I cared. But then I thought, why am I the one trying? Why am I being punished without even knowing the crime? That's when I made my decision. I was going to that wedding. Not to cause drama. Not to ruin anything. But to watch, to listen, and to show them that I wasn't ashamed of who I was. I didn't show up in a flashy outfit. I wore a simple navy blue dress. I stood at the back of the venue. I didn't speak. I didn't interrupt. I just watched. And let me tell you something. When Emily saw me, her face turned pale. Tyler's jaw dropped. His fiancée whispered something in his ear, clearly panicking. But I stayed quiet. I didn't make a scene. I simply stood still, with tears in my eyes, as I watched the grandson I raised say his vows to someone I had never even been introduced to. No one came to greet me. No one offered me a seat. I wasn't even in the family pictures. And yet, I was there. A few days later, I got a knock on my door. It was Tyler. He looked exhausted. His voice cracked as he spoke. "Grandma. I didn't know. I thought you didn't want to come." I was speechless. "Mom told me you were too angry, that you said you wouldn't attend, that you were mad at me." That's when I realized. Emily had lied. She had manipulated the truth to keep me away. To punish me for something I still don't understand. Tyler hugged me tight and cried. I cried too. We talked for hours that day. And although it didn't erase the pain, it gave me something I thought I had lost. Hope. I still don't understand why my daughter did what she did. Maybe it was jealousy. Maybe she felt I was too close to Tyler. Maybe she just wanted control. But what I do know is that no matter what happens, I will never stop loving my family. Even if they try to push me out, I will always find a way to stand with dignity. And to you watching this, if you've ever been rejected by the ones you love most, know this. You are not alone. You are not invisible. And your story matters. If this story touched your heart in any way, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment the word respect if you believe that every parent and grandparent deserves love and honesty. And share this video with a friend who needs to hear that they are not alone. I'm Sarah. Thank you for listening.